This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the president and CEO of Chakana Copper, Mr. David Kelley. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing great, Gerardo. Thanks for asking.
I every time I speak with you, I have to say congratulations, but I think congratulations are in order again. You just announced results from 3 additional holes at the high-grade new copper, gold, silver Paloma West discovery. Just phenomenal numbers. The headline number, or the headline reads, Chakana Copper intersects 10.7 meters of 7.25 grams per ton gold, 10.2% copper, and 163.5 grams per ton silver. And as important is this is from 32.4 meters. So I am going to do something a bit different before I allow you to provide some context. I'm going to play devil's advocate a bit. In past releases, I heard the skeptics in the space say, well, yes, hundreds of meters of decent sized mineralization, but it's not high grade, right? And now I'm hearing, again, from the skeptics, yes, super high grade, it's near surface, but we're not getting those long widths of sustainable mineralization. So I'd like to start this conversation by allowing you to address each of those.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. You know, you drill hundreds of meters from surface of 0.89, 0.9, 0.1%, copper equivalent, and they're not seeing the spectacular grades, and then you turn around and deliver the spectacular grades, and they want the long run. So yeah, it's I think a lot of that's just investors that are not sure what the results really mean. And that's where the resource estimate is so critical, right? That's where it comes in and it actually puts some numbers on what you found, and it puts some economic significance on what you found. So that we're working towards that, and that's going to be helpful for the market, I know, to look at that. But the long runs of 1% copper equivalent from surface are very, very significant. The 10 meters of 25 grams per ton gold equivalent right beneath surface, that's also very, very significant. And what I tell people is that the importance of both of those different types of intercepts is the fact that it gives the project optionality, right? I mean, we're talking about long runs of continuous mineralization, which is great for bulk mining. The very, very, very high grades over 10, 20, 30, 40. And remember, it was just a week ago we put out the 42 meters of, I think it was 1.87 grams per ton gold, 2.1% copper, and I can't remember what the silver number was. That was a very, very significant intercept too, and that was at Paloma West. So, there is significant runs of mineralization at Paloma West on the high grade side, but it's also very significant because it means that you could do selective mining in a situation like that and really take out very, very high value rock. I mean, 25 grams per ton gold equivalent, that's only order of $1,500 rock. So that's a very, very significant result.
Taking the forest view perspective instead of looking at the tree, can you explain how this is coming together as a potential mine? Because the other pushback that I've received, and you kind of touched on it right now, has been, well, what's going to be the preferred mining method? And my response is always, champagne problems, as a wise man once said, that wise man being you. It's great to have the optionality, right? And to have the potential for multiple types of approaches. Do you see that the same way, being that you're running the ship over there?
Well, yeah, I mean, it still has to go through rigorous analysis, and that's what the industry does. We first get the resource, and that allows us to start trying to look at what we found from a financial perspective. What's the best way of getting this out of the ground? And there's a variety of different mining techniques. I mean, open pit is obviously the favored method because it's a bulk mining technique that allows you to get very high production rates. It's also very cheap. We see open pit mining rates on the order of $4 a ton, something like that. Whereas when you go underground, you're looking at more like $40 a ton. But when you have high grade working in your favor, and you have high metal prices like we have now, $1,800, $1,900 gold. I mean that is a great gold price, and everyone thinks it's going to get higher, and I do too. $24 silver, $3.20 per pound copper. Those are high metal prices, historically speaking. And when you have high grade on top of that, I mean, you've got the double benefit of that, right? So it allows you to even look at different alternative mining methods that you might not have looked at before. But these results are the mining engineers absolutely love these kind of results because, again, optionality, high grade versus low grade. We're not talking about marginal things that are right on the edge of maybe being economic or maybe not. Once we get the resource out, the mining engineers go to work on that, and they start looking at the best way to take it out. And that's what optimization is all about, is figuring out what the best approach is going to be on each one of these breccia bodies. And the other thing, of course, is the fact that we've got, so many breccia pipes that have turned good. We've drilled 9 of them. 7 of them have returned really, really good grades. So our hit rate is really high. It means that we could mine multiple pipes at the same time. They're vertically extensive, so we could mine multiple levels within the same breccia pipes at the same time. And it's looking really, really good, I think, from a mineability standpoint.
Assays are still pending, and you are now drilling at what many believe is the most prospective target, which is Huancabamba. Can we speak to that a bit? How is drilling coming along?
Yeah, it's going really well. Again, we've seen no disruptions from COVID-19, knock on wood. We've got our completely isolated 40-man camp installed, and it's being used now, which is great for the team because it keeps all the people together. It minimizes impact or contact with the outside communities. So that's going really well. We've got 7 drill holes left. We're waiting on for Paloma West, and we've completed 7 holes at Huancabamba now. No impact either from there was some political turmoil in Peru over the last week, and with the impeachment of their president and the appointment of an interim president, which the public didn't like, and that person has stepped down, and now they've appointed President Sagasti as the president, and that seems to have calmed people. He does have a very impressive resume, and it's just an interim appointment anyway until April when the elections are held. But again, no impact on our drill program. We're still really well funded, and the drilling's going well. So fingers crossed, everyone stays healthy and they keep drilling the way they've been drilling. And we've got lots of samples in the lab, lots of samples headed to the lab and stuff like that. The lab's doing a great job, but they do have to spend a lot of time doing reassays on our work because of the high grades. But we love having that problem.
Champagne problems, Mr. Kelley. Thank you so much for the update. You answered my next question, which was in regards to the political turmoil, which, frankly, it's par of the course for Peru. We're all familiar with the region, and unfortunately, it's been, a region that continues to suffer from the instability that the political class there, amongst other countries, including the one I live in now here in the U.S., seems to be going through on a global scale. So it's great to hear that the camp is isolated, that the COVID precautions you've taken have gone exactly as you planned, and that there wasn't any disruption from the political upheaval that we've seen in the media. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to that?
No, Gerardo, thanks for getting us on the air quickly. I think getting the context around these drill intercepts is really important. It's hard to just read through the numbers, because we put out so much. I was just thinking today, we started on hole 17 and we're now on hole 158 or something like that. That's over 33,000 meters of drilling on this project. It's a new discovery. Discoveries are rare. How many discoveries are out there that have the kind of copper, gold, and silver grades like we see? I mean, this thing is a really, really unique opportunity, I think, and investors are going to be rewarded. We appreciate all the support that you guys bring us, and you've been there from day one. So this is gonna have its day in the sun. I'm absolutely convinced of it, and we'll just keep our head down, keep drilling, and keep producing these kind of results. And I know people are going to pay attention.
Well, as I tell everybody, we wouldn't be speaking if I wasn't biased. I've added to my position this week again. Frankly, if you keep delivering these numbers, I hope the price stays here a little bit longer, because I will continue to add on continued success. And I think you're 100% correct. Eventually, the market will get it. And in the meantime, you keep finding gold, copper, and silver, Mr. Kelley. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gerardo.